Hi everybody. Hope you can hear me. Is this okay?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Prof. All right, so we're on to the next session. I'll be the moderator for Dr. Saila's session, which is Let's Explore SaGa. Okay, so this session will be about 20 minutes. So my name is Sarah. I am one of the research fellow at the ECT, and at the same time, I'm also the Deputy Dean of Industry and Community Engagement at the Faculty of Computer Science and IT. So today, we will have Dr. Suhaila Saii from the Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology. She will present about SaGa. Okay, so what is SaGa? I'll let you know a bit later. So first, I will tell you who is Dr. Suhaila Saii. She is the senior lecturer at the faculty. She obtained her PhD in Information Technology from Multimedia University, Malaysia. Prior joining to the university, she was at the MIMOS Berhad as one of the leading researcher for ICT innovations in Malaysia. Besides that, at the faculty, she worked with previously with Dr. Alvin by establishing a research group known as Sarawak Language Technology or SALT in 2007. So the research group is focusing mainly on digitization and preservation of 63 Sarawak indigenous languages by applying computational linguistics and natural language processing techniques. Her research areas include computational linguistics or computational morphology and natural language processing. Okay, so on to what is SaGa. Okay, SaGa means Surrogate Gazette, which is the oldest newspaper published in Sarawak. It's one of the primary sources besides letters, oral histories, photographs, and also government documents. By exploring the Surrogate Gazette, later on, we'll learn more from Dr. Suhaila. We will discover the past information related to Sarawak, mainly on economic history, coastal trade returns, commodity prices, agriculture information, mineral and oil production statistics, anthropology and archaeology. The printed forms of this newspaper were scanned and saved in a PDF image format. As such, the content is not searchable at all. This limits the usage of SaGa despite its rich contents of historical information. Therefore, the aims of this session are to ensure that SaGa will be preserved, sustained, and also searchable for anyone. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Suhaila to start her session. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sarah. All right. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. Okay. This is quite late, 4:30, but it's okay. All right. So I'll start. Allow me to share the screen. Okay. So can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. All right. So here we'd like to discuss or to share with you, okay, our project funded by funded by KPT, Kementerian Pendidikan Tinggi, okay, mainly on how we can see the contents of Surrogate Gazette from the perspective of computer science. All right. So today, this is a very quick one. Okay, what we're going to share with you about the finding of the contents that we have explored, and then also exploring the contents. And the last one would be the mock-up for the SaGa platform. All right. So this is our supportive team members. Okay, Prof. Lara, Dr. Sarah, and Dr. Tan Ping Ping. Yeah, 4 of us working together in this project. And why do you like to work on this one? Okay, before that, I believe everyone is know about Surrogate Gazette. Okay, so it is introduced in 1870s. It's a pet project by Raja Charles Brooke. Okay, and then as mentioned by Dr. Sarah previously, just now, the content of Surrogate Gazette is mainly on the material of the economic history, the coastal trade returns, and anthropology and archaeology as well. Okay, so there are lots of things that you can lot of information you can obtain from SaGa. If you can see from here as well, it's not in Rumi as well, but it's written in Jawi. Okay, so there's a lot of value that you can get from SaGa. Right. So the current state of SaGa is that this is initiative taken by our Pustakadi Sarawak State Library, okay, whereby they built or come up with digitized the Sarawak Gazette. We call it as electronic Sarawak Gazette. And then from here, based on this one, they have about 39 collections of Sarawak Gazette. And also another initiative taken by Pustaka was they come up with awareness about how to use the Sarawak Gazette. Okay, this is one of the initiatives taken by Sarawak Library. Okay, another one that we can see here is from the overseas, okay, like for example, Cambridge University, and then National Library of Australia. It also extracted the Sarawak Gazette, okay, the information there. So it shows that there's needs of or important points of Sarawak Gazette that we need to preserve. Okay, so here the challenge of Sarawak Gazette is it is in a paper form, okay, and then when Pustaka comes in, they digitize the Sarawak Gazette, okay, from the hard copy into the soft copy. However, the soft copy itself is still uneditable or unsearchable, right? So now the challenge for us is how we can, for all we can preserve it right now. We need to preserve it and then sustain it. And then the number one that we need to cater now is the challenge of how we can make the document searchable. All right, so that we can search some of the information from the Sarawak Gazette document. And then when you can see from here, okay, it will be useful, okay, if this document we can digitize it, okay, which is in the current state here, okay, and then these are the stakeholders that will be benefits from the Sarawak Gazette, for the schools, for the historian, the researchers, the social scientists, and anthropologists, for example. All right, so let me share with you for the SaGa contents that we have from the findings. Okay, it seems that for now we have the one that have the collection of SaGa is a Pusaka Sarawak itself, from the government of Japan, and also ISITI-UNIMAS, okay, our own library here, okay, and up to now, okay, the one that we have is from, if you can see from this table, okay, for the government of Japan, they do have 36 years of collections. Together with Pustaka, they have 39 collections of SaGa. And then these are the years, the collection that you have. And then total number of issues about 181 in that kind of figure. Okay, that's number of issues as of now. All right. And from there, okay, actually the SaGa or the Sarawak Gazette from the Japanese government that we have is 36 years of collections, and then it's with us now. And then together we collaborate with Pustaka, okay, to work on this project, And then as of now, the total number that we need to digitize, although the document is already in electronic format, but we need to digitize it to make it readable or searchable. All right. So as of now, the progress is we have digitized about 8 years of collections. Okay, covering 432 documents. Okay, this is the statistic to show the progress. Okay, and then the summary for the digitized SaGa, or SaGa for now, as of now, there are 24 of searchable files for this number of files. Okay, mean to say with these 24 searchable files, okay, we can do lots of things or explore more in terms of the content itself. And for your information, okay, the 16 files here, or it shows that it's 16 years of collections. Okay, here actually we have started this since 2015. Okay, we started to digitize slowly, and then now we work proactively and up to 8 years. So total number of now is 25 years of collections for the searchable PDF, right? And then it shows that the time consuming. I mean, it's quite time consuming for us because from our part, from our side, okay, we need the help from the students to help us to digitize this document. All right, that's why it takes a long time for us to digitize this. Due to that, in parallel, okay, we started to explore the contents. Besides, we focusing on the digitization process, right? So from there, why do we need to explore the contents? It's because this is kind of the heritage cycle you can see from here, okay, whereby we need to understand, when we understand the contents of SaGa, we start to value, okay, the information in SaGa. And then when we value it, by valuing, they will start to take care of the Surrogate Gazette. Okay, and then when we start to take care, there'll be a by caring. We'll start to help people to enjoy the content in Surrogate Gazette, and at last we'll come to a thirst to understand what's really the knowledge or the value that we can obtain from the Surrogate Gazette. All right. So this is only an example that we have explored so far. All right. So these are the themes that we found out from the 8 collections that we have digitized, included, plus together with the one that from the government of Japan, 24 or 24 collections. All right. So the themes would be the Raja Brook, Regatta, Murder of Ragum. Okay, these are the most popular themes mentioned in some of the documents in Surrogate Gazette. And from there, we come up with the ecosystem, okay, whereby from this ecosystem we can come up with the content curation, how we can curate the contents from SaGa itself. Okay, although from here, this is the Surrogate Gazette that we have, and then from this Surrogate Gazette, after we digitize it, okay, make it searchable and editable, whereby we can extract the information. Then from there we can curate the contents, okay, whereby we come up with the historical corpus, we can come up with the visual collections, we can do the repository of historical documents, and also we can come out with the historical timeline. So these are the 4 features that we're aiming for, and with the help from the professional entities, okay, for the historians, it was just whereby we need their input, your input here, okay, in order to improve the exploration of the content in SaGa, as well as from the committee as well, from the committee-based program here, all right, whereby from the committee itself, we could obtain the local history from them. Okay, so with this kind of ecosystem, indirectly it will enrich the Surrogate Gazette contents. All right. So aim of this workshop is to create the rich heritage of Surrogate history, and then with 2 goals here. Okay, the first one is to create a content value of SaGa from the curators itself. Okay, and then the second one today, whereby we like to obtain feedback from experts on the significance event in SaGa. The purpose is for that with this feedback we can explore more what are the important themes or events, okay, in Surrogate Gazette. Right. So as you can see from this diagram, this is kind of a workflow that we have started with. Okay, before the eBKF, we started to collect the data from the communities, whereby it involved the elderly's input, and also we started to crawl the data from the Twitter, right? And then later in the demo, we'll see how we can link this one with the Surrogate Gazette. All right. I'll pass to teams, the technical team for the demo video for the SaGa website.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera to all the viewers and the participants of a Let's Explore SaGa workshop. I'm Amir Arif Akmal, represent a demo of our SaGa Collection website. The aim of this website is to visualize the richness of a value from SaGa, as known as the Surrogate Gazette. For the first part, I will pass to my research mate, Abdullah, to share the features in SaGa collections.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Abdullah, and I'm going to explain about SaGa Collection web page. So inside this, there's the collection of SaGa editions. So first, we're going to select the targeted years. So I'm going for 1928, February edition of that year. So as you can see, there is SaGa Gazette in PDF form, the details about the edition, and then the other sources. So here we have Twitter. So the reason why we put other sources here is because we want to show to people that the event that has been written in SaGa Gazette is still relevant and discussed in today's life, especially in Twitter. And here we can refer to the page that describe about the event and the one that has been tweeted in Twitter. So first, we're going to enlarge our PDF, look in the content about the event. For example, this, the volcano of Krakatoa, page 26. And then just scroll over to look for the particular event. Please refer to the paging inside SaGa Gazette itself, not from here in this searching box. Okay, here it is. The event that described the eruption of Krakatoa 1883. So back to the previous web page. Okay, 1965. Okay, let's go for the February edition of that year. So similar with the previous edition, in this edition we also have similar characteristic except our sources, which is from YouTube. In this video, it is an interview video with the SP Samson, anak Michael Juan, former divisional border scouts officers, about the confrontation event that takes place from 1983 until 1966. So similar step with the previous SaGa Gazette edition. Look for the event here. For example, here, confrontation, page 60, go down. Okay. Look at the paging inside of the PDF itself, not from the searching box. And here we have it, the confrontation. Okay, that's all from me. We're going to proceed with the next explanation.
Thank you, Abdullah. Without further ado, let us go to the next features, which is the timeline. In the timeline, there are several stories or events that we extract from the SaGa Gazette. For example, the murder of Steele and Fox. This story is happened on June 25, 1859, but the story is stated in the SaGa Gazette edition in 1903. Next, also in the 1903. Next, in the 1919. But if the user want to skip the next story, which is marriage or Abasi Bawa and the Anaya, the user simply can look at the bottom timeline and click it with this, and this will go through the next story what the user want. Okay, then we are done with the timeline. Next, we go to the map. In this map, it shows the whole map of Sarawak and its division, such as Limbang, Miri, Bintulu, Kapit, Muka, Sibu, Serikeh, Betong, and Kuching. So, for example, if we go to the Serikeh, there are one event occur in Serikeh. It is murder at Serikeh. This event is occurred in January 1903. The person involved in this is Lim Ong and Ragum. The user simply can read the Keratan Akhbar or the cut of the SaGa Gazette on January 1903 to read for the story. And the right side of this is a semantic recovery is to simplify the story of the event. For example, Lim Ong is killed by Ragu is located at Surrogate and it caused by the lunacy. The Ragu will face the extreme penalty. So overall, this all from us. Hopefully, all of you enjoy this workshop and other eBKF workshop. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so basically from this website, okay, SaGa website, okay, these are the extracted information from the editable or from the digitized Surrogate Gazette that we have digitized previously. And then from this website, there are three main features. Just now, it shows the SaGa collections, and then in that SaGa collection, we we integrate together the other sources that are still relevant. Talk about Surrogate Gazette. Okay, from the Twitter and from the social media, especially Twitter, and also from the input from the elderly. And then from there, we shows the contents in the timeline, and also map to just to visualize the contents for a better understanding, and then to explore more about the contents. Right. So I think that's it from this short one from our part, and then I would like to get the feedbacks from the rest about this about our research. Yeah, pass back to you, Dr. Sarah.
Thank you, Dr. Suhaila. That was a very interesting presentation you made together with the students. Okay, Dr. John Hua is waving at me and he wants to say something, I think.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Sarah. Yeah, it's a very interesting way. I think one of the ways, for researchers, I think that's very useful. I just want to ask if I wanted to identify a figure, a person, and a school, yeah, is that possible?
Yes, it is possible because it is one of the entity in that one in the content itself. Yeah.
So irrespective of what school, a particular time, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the second question is whether you use themes, thematic. Yeah? Whether if I use theme, can I use it as well?
Yes, we can include it as well. The thematic analysis. Actually, because actually this is a part of the theme. We can go for the thematic analysis, okay, based on the theme in the Surrogate Gazette itself. So these are the things that we can do further from the contents in the Surrogate Gazette.
Yeah. The other one is I think in 1980s I think I was in Brunei for a visit. So I went to Brunei's museum. And Brunei presented Sarawak history is very different from us. Yeah, so whether you cover that as well in terms of perspective.
Yeah, not from that one as of now. That's why we need your feedback on this one, how we can improve this one. Yeah.
Yeah, Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. John. Okay, Dr. Saila, we have a couple of questions. Since we have another 5 minutes or so. So we have Dr. Wong here. May I know if SaGa can be accessible by all at the moment? Do we need to subscribe before we are able to access to the digitalized Surrogate Gazette?
Right. As of now, we still doing in the research itself. Okay. If you have to go for accessible for everyone, wait until we settle for this project, and then we make it accessible for everyone. Definitely we'll release to everyone so that everyone can explore for this SaGa and then obtain get a benefit from that. Okay? That's the idea actually, this to share with everyone, right?
So basically, we are still in the process of basically labeling the Surrogate Gazette, right, Dr. Saila?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's another question. Are you able to do keyword search? This is the main problem actually.
Yes. Okay. Actually, once we digitize the document itself, okay, we can search based on the keyword. Okay. So it is searchable, and then once we go through the process of digitization process, then indirectly it is searchable.
Okay, so there's another question. Possible to search photos in SaGa?
Yeah, oh, interesting. Yeah, we take note on that one. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Not
because
for now, but yes.
because there are some photos and also maps, I think. All right.
Yes.
Is the Japanese, I'm not so sure, is the Japanese government accessible?
Okay, as of now, it's only for the Surrogate Gazette from the Pustaka. Okay, and then there's a different of format. Okay, the one from government of Japan and the one from Pustaka. Okay, if compare in terms of the digitization process, it took longer time for us to digitize the document from Japanese government compared to the Pustaka, because from the format is they photocopy and then they lock it for the PDF. So we have to go through several phases in order to get or to extract the information.
Okay. Is there any more questions? Please let us know. Besides that, Dr. Saila, if there is anybody that is interested to use your research, how can they contact you?
Okay, you can just drop my email.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's it from us during this. We have another two.
Something, Sarah?
Oh yes, yes, Prof. We have two minutes more.
Okay, no problem. Well, I just like to say thank you to everyone for the questions. Well, the Sarawak Gazette is such a tremendous resource that we have, and we are actually fortunate that we have some of these collection with us. Unfortunately, not all are readable. So far, only 24 years are readable content. So any readable content, we can do keyword search. For image search, not yet, right? Now that you mentioned, what we can do is we can use a knowledge-based search. That means if we know what type of questions you want to ask, then we can actually design a system to collect that type of information. So it will be a kind of an interaction, and we invite anyone to come and collaborate, because I think our team, we are at the moment computer scientists, and we hope like Dr. John and team and other historians like Dial and all will come and join us, because the moment you guys come in, we become human. We are not robots anymore, right? So actually, if you ask us, we will do all the technologies. We can do that. But what we want to do is we only want to do the technology that is most meaningful for the community that needs to use the resource badly, right? So that's why we had this session today, so that you become aware. Now you know who to contact. Any issues, anything, you can contact Dr. Suhaila or Dr. Sarah. I think those are the experts in our computer science faculty.
Okay, thank you, Prof. I think we have another question by Alice. I think she raised up her hand. I don't think that is by coincidence. Alice, do you have a question?
No question, Jason.
No question? Okay. I think we wrap up. Oh, it's 5 o'clock already. So thank you very much, Dr. Suhaila, and also to the students for presenting this very interesting session on trying to help out and also try to preserve Sarawak Gazette and its history. With that, I would like to pass the session to Prof. Nara, I think.
Well, it will be Dr. Roger who will be.
Sorry. Pass to
the,
Dr. Roger.
moderating the keynote number 2. Right, over to you, Roger. But we have about 10 minutes. Well, I mean, we can actually. I see Tim Anwin is already here, Prof. Tim. So he could actually start maybe earlier, but then I know some of you may be sitting for a long time. You want to address nature's call and all. I think that is good before I pass over to Dr. Raja Harris.